This has got to be the most potent, powerful magic I have ever done in my entire life. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Rhiannon, and today we're actually going to be doing the most powerful ritual that I have ever done to date. This is the most powerful, potent type of magic that I have ever dabbled in, and this is actually how I manifested my soulmate. So today we'll be diving into how you can manifest your soulmate and do this love spell on Valentine's Day or before or after. This is a timeless spell to help activate and attract your divine union. If you're new here, make sure you hit the bell notification so you don't miss out when I post a video. And if you enjoy this video, make sure you share it with others so that they can also benefit and find their love match as well. So I'm going to be going over the exact steps of how you're going to manifest your soulmate. And this is the exact steps that I've done for my ritual, and it worked amazingly. Now, this is more than just a love spell. This is a communication spell to the ancestors on the other side. The majority of this, you're going to be working with your ancestors and theirs on their end. Whether or not you know who this person is going to be for yourself, you'll be in communication with them, and you're making a plea to the ancestors on their side to help work on behalf for you. First off, you're going to need a pen and paper. You're also going to need some lavender, some cowrie shells or any type of seashell, but I prefer cowrie shells specifically. You are also going to need some rose quartz, some rose petals, hibiscus petals as well. I need some red wine, preferably wine from a celebration, and you're going to need some fresh strawberries as well. You're going to want to use a ritual oil. For me, I used my Aphrodite's Touch spell oil, and you're going to need a candle and something to carve into. Now, I used a baby pink candle, but you can use any color, whatever you have on hand. It really doesn't matter. But if you're going to go with candle color, I would go with like a soft pink, or like more of a pink or a red for passion, or a white candle. So where do you start? First off, you're going to grab your pen and your paper, and you're going to go into a space where you're quiet and by yourself and you're uninterrupted. Now you're going to take this pen and paper, and you're going to write the most gorgeous, passionate, most detailed letter to the universe that you could ever imagine. So I want you to go into vast detail, and I don't care how long this takes. Mine was 20 pages long, and yours doesn't have to be as long. It could be longer. It doesn't matter, but whatever it takes for you to get out what you need. So you're going to get out what kind of career you want with, in the future, what kind of career they have, what color eyes they might have, what characteristics they might have in their personality. Are they outgoing? Are they really soft-spoken and introverted? Are they really into learning? Are they really into sports? You're gonna dive deeper and deeper, and like, okay, why are they into sports? Why do they enjoy that so much? Why I want you to go into their family life. What is their family like? Are they close to their parents, or are they not? Do they live near you right now, or are they going to be moving there very soon? I want you to create this creative story for yourself as if it's happened already. And you're talking to the universe, and you're giving the universe its flowers for bringing this to you already. All these things have already happened. You've been together 5 years. You've gone on your first few vacations together. You've met the parents. How did that go? What kind of animals are you going to have? What pets are you going to have? Are you going to travel a lot? Are you going to be more of a homebody and a gardener and like a mind-based person who really is thoughtful and into learning and intellect? I want you to really dive into this and create this story as if it's already happened, and get as deep as you possibly can. Now, at the very bottom of the page, of your last page, I want you to sign your name. If you have a magical name, also sign that there, and date it as well 3 times. And then I want you to take your oil, I used my Aphrodite ritual oil. You can use any love oil that corresponds to your needs. And you're going to seal it off with 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a fifth one in the middle at the bottom of the page. Then you're going to take this letter and you're going to take it to your ritual space. Now, for me, I wrote my letter while I was in the bathtub. This is something you could possibly do as well if you really resonate with the element of water. For me, I like the energy of water holds memory. So for me, this person has been someone who I've had past lifetimes with. This is my mirror, right? So I want water to help dredge up the memories of who that person is within me as I'm channeling myself, my higher self, through to my paper. Wrote what I had been desiring, what I've experienced over past lifetimes, and what I'd want in the current present. And I wanted that water to help me remember that. I also find water as an amplifier, it's a purifier, it's protective, so it helped me stay in a state of protection and focus. Oh, and you're also going to need a jar. This is a jar spell. Or you can use a sachet. It doesn't really matter, but for me, what I did is I used a jar spell, and I used that as a container, bringing it down from the ethers into my reality, and I wanted to contain it and keep it on this earthly plane with me. So I didn't want it to be able to like wander off easily. It's something that's going to stick with me through this lifetime. All right, so you're gonna need some herbs. First off that I listed was lavender. So lavender is super high potent and high vibrational. It's associated with peace and purification, but as well as protection. And that's the main thing that I was using it for, was protection of us, my partner and myself, and our ritual together. This is also an herb that's frequently used to calm the mind and heal emotional wounds, and it can help dispel negative energies. So it represents purity and devotion and tranquility, all of which are things that I wanted within my relationship. Next, you're going to need your shells. For me, I used a cowrie shell. So historically, shells like the cowrie shell are associated with wealth, abundance, divine connection, and are often used in rituals for like abundance. For me, the cowrie shell has been used a lot in love rituals, and that's something that I wanted connection with, and I associated it as well with Aphrodite, my main deity. Next, you're going to need a rose quartz crystal. Rose quartz, of course, is widely used for unconditional love. It is used for compassion and emotional healing. This crystal is primarily used for the heart chakras. It's going to help open up the heart, as well as it's associated with Venus or Aphrodite. This crystal is used to foster self-love, emotional attraction, romantic attraction, as well as ward off negativity. It helps foster trust as well, and aids in emotional and physical connection and spiritual healing. So you're gonna definitely want to pick up a small rose quartz of some kind. I use a small little like rounded rose quartz, or you can get these palm stones, but I just use a tiny one because you're going to be putting it in the jar. Next, you're going to need rose petals. So rose petals, I'm going to suggest highly that you get red rose petals. For me, represents romance. That's what partners give each other often in their anniversaries. Most often you correlate love and passion with the red rose versus like a softer pink for friendship, or more of a platonic kind of relationship, or a softer type of energy overall. But for me, I wanted that deep passion within it. Red roses are often used in rituals to strengthen bonds as well as attract partners. So that's one of the main reasons why I used that as well. Next, you're going to get some hibiscus flowers, and you're going to charge those with love, passion, beauty, feminine, like power, as well as It's linked to, of course, Venus and Aphrodite for attracting love, romance, emotional depth. And this is what I wanted it specifically for, is emotional depth. While it's also fostering joy and spiritual connection as well. It works through the sacral and the heart chakras to foster this feeling. It's also used in confidence spells, used in rituals to help boost focus as well. It is believed to help amplify psychic awareness. You're going to want the deep wine red, like hibiscus, not any other color. Next is you're going to need strawberries. Now, I know a lot of people are not used to using fruit that is not dried in their rituals, or fruit at all. A lot of people use just herbs. But there is something so potent about using a fresh fruit in your rituals. And I highly recommend, if you can use the live plant, like very soon after it's been picked, is going to be an energy game changer. The energy in there is so fresh, so vital, so pure. It has not tapered off over time through drying and through time and its energy leaking into the atmosphere. This has been the most important secret to some of my rituals of manifestation, is using fresh fruit or fresh herbs before they've been dried. Now, fresh strawberries I use for fertility, for love, for passion and divine femininity as well. Historically, they're linked to the goddess Aphrodite, of course, and Venus, and they're also used to foster in nurturing and joy to the relationship, as well as having a emotional abundance overflowing. This fruit is ruled by water and earth, and they symbolize the heart-centered energy and sweetness. So I wanted that within my relationship. I wanted that heart-centeredness. I wanted that sweetness. I wanted that childlike energy, which I have. So I highly recommend, if that's something, a quality that you want in your relationship, use fresh strawberries. Next, you're gonna want some red wine. Preferably, if you can get it, is some red wine, just a couple drops, left over from a celebration of some kind. For us, we had a celebration of a graduation, and I nabbed the last few drops of this red wine, and it was amazing. So a lot of people don't really use alcohol in their rituals, but I actually love using liquors and spirits of all kinds in my rituals, and there's a huge reason for this. Now, I used red wine for transformation as well as deep spiritual connection. Often, like, liquors had in the past have been used for a bridge between the physical and the spiritual realms. In rituals, it's been used for promoting ecstasy, for passion, and consumed mindfully. This enhances the present moment. So it symbolizes also like the blood of the earth, as well as life force, and releasing inhibitions and unveiling the inner secrets of the other worlds. You're also going to want your candle, as well as something sharp to carve into your candle. I created a sigil for my candle with my name on it as well. And then I wrote soulmate across the one side, and then of course I put my sigil on the other side. And I actually used a paste. I do this often. I took all of my ingredients, crushed them up, used a little bit of my ritual oil, and I filled in the crevices of my candle. I feel like it helps me connect to the ritual a little bit more with my hands, and it fills the candle packed with the herbs of my ritual, rather than just rolling it in some oil and some of it not adhering to it. I really enjoy making sure that it's packed into the candle. And then next, of course, you're going to want your ritual oil. As said before, I use my Aphrodite's Touch Love Oil, but you can use any love oil that you prefer. And then you're going to put together your spell. So that from here, it's going to be almost like a regular ritual of a jar spell. You're going to charge and charm your ingredients one at a time, placing them in mindfully, really feeling the emotion of what that's going to feel like in your relationship, having your memories having your memories wander into that world that you created in your letter. Having memories pop up that may have not yet happened yet, but in your letter they have. You're going to picture those memories of how those things happened as you're connecting them to each of the herbs. Once your jar is filled, you're going to fill it up with some of your ritual oil and then top it off with the red wine and a little bit of olive oil for abundance. And then you're going to seal off the cap and you're going to pray over and spell the jar one final time. Place your candle up on top, melting the bottom just for a few seconds, and then sticking the candle at the top. You're going to light your candle and start doing your ritual spell. Now, this is something you're not going to just light it and forget it. This is something you're going to do an activated ritual with. So you're going to continue to work with this spelled candle as it's burning. You're going to want a good amount of time for this. You want to watch the candle burn. Watch the flame. How is it performing? Keep a journal nearby. Write down how it's acting over time. You can speak to the candle, speak to the spirits that are like speaking through the candle. Now you're going to be actively working with the spirits. You're going to call in the spirits of your ancestry as well as your partner or your future partner's ancestry, whether you know who they are at the moment or not. And you're going to start a debate and a conversation with these ancestors and these spirit guides of these people you've called in. And you're going to communicate through the candle. You're going to watch how the candle like behaves. You're going to watch how the smoke behaves. What color is it? Are there any sparks or pops or flickers? How is the candle dancing? Or is it really high up? Is it really low and dim? How is your wax pooling at the bottom? What shapes are coming as you're watching this candle? And if need be, you're going to act with intervention while this candle is working. For me, I had to work with intervention at one point and do another ritual to help support what I was working with. And then we came upon an agreement of we would be able to come together sooner than we had been predestined for if we exceeded and sped up our healing on each end. And within a month's time, we had met. So this was a hugely magical event for me. I have chills just thinking about it. We ended up meeting over an app of all things, but like I had not used apps for very often, and it was a different kind of app. It wasn't like the traditional ones. It was something called Her app. I had deleted it recently within that week because I hadn't seen anyone that I was interested in, and it was the same like 10 people for some reason. And I woke up one night and I couldn't fall back to sleep, and I just had this urge that I should download the app again. And I did, and there they were. And we started talking, and immediately it was like books worth of texts, a chapter's worth of text of just conversation and deep conversation. And we ended up not meeting for like another month after that. They actually had gone away to a trip with their mom, and they were traveling, and we were on opposite time frames of the world. So I'd be getting up for the day and they'd be going down for the night, and I'd wait in the morning for their message and their quick call, and we'd talk like that for like a month. And then we met and we went on our first date, and it was kind of all history from there. So that's kind of how it all came to be, and since then it's been a magical fairy tale for me. And I hope you guys try out this spell and let me know how it works for you. This is something that I feel so passionate about. This is not just a love working. Love magic is not all about control and manipulation. This was a petition to the universe and a working with the universe to help manifest what I had desired. And it's a working relationship. It's not a contrived thing. Love magic can be very beautiful and meaningful, and just because I did a love spell doesn't mean my love is any less like potent and valid. This attracted what I wouldn't have had in my life if we hadn't worked through our emotional blocks before allowing that to happen, right? It could have been much later in life. So now we get to enjoy longer time together, which I am so grateful for. If you guys decide to try out this ritual, definitely let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you've ever done something like this before. And if you enjoyed it, please make sure you hit the like button as well as subscribe and share this video with other friends and family who might enjoy this ritual. And I hope you all have a blessed and beautiful Valentine's Day and Valentine's month. This is Aphrodite's month after all. And take care of yourselves. I love you all so, so very much. Stay wicked, my babes, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! If you'd like to help support the channel further, make sure you check out my Patreon. The link is down in the show notes below. There you'll get exclusive videos as well as behind the scenes and access to my own private community on my Discord server, as well as so much more. I'm hoping to start a book club as well as a monthly ritual get together. So if that is something that interests you, definitely check it out down below. It'll help the channel grow so much and allow me to create more free content like this.